Ryan.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN. We kick things off on Monday afternoon, and markets continuing the march to higher territory. We got a sell on Friday, but just how quickly? We're almost back to right where we were on Friday morning. We are at the close of almost Thursday, and right now you got the S&Ps up by 8 points on the session. We're trading at 64.98 right now. NASDAQ up by 104. That's almost 0.5%, 23,788. The Dow was negative earlier. Little volatility on both directions on a 5-minute basis. You see the sell on the open on the Dow, but we're back to positive by 30 points right now, 45,490, and you have the Russell positive by 4. So we get some inflation data out on Thursday. Okay, we'll get into that in a moment. But you have a Fed meeting from 9 days from right now. Pressure is on fixed income. And check out the 10-year. We had a high of 113.21 on the jobs number on Friday. You backed off a bit, and we're right back there. Higher price, lower yield as we're approaching a 4% level on the 10-year. And the dollar reacting in tandem as, you just broke the lows that we had on Friday. 97.429 on that dollar. And boy, it's not stopping for gold right now. I mean, look at this run. From February 2024, and then right out of the gate at the beginning of the year as well, you get a little consolidation. Now you check out this gold contract. Okay, so we're going to put it back to a daily first. Okay, the way that you broke above the highs, and you did it on September 2nd, just last Tuesday. Yeah, the opening day of last week, right? We come back from the long weekend. That was a decisive breakaway on a daily. Look at that volume, okay? And you broke above the highs. You broke above the high we had from August 8th, which was 35.34, because we had closed at 35.16 the day prior to September 3rd. And then you also had this day. What was the high there? 35.0990. Yeah, so we were above that high, but hadn't gotten above that, and boom, you explode above it. You know, you might have a test on some light volume coming back, but even on a weekly basis, you just blow apart the highs. So gold, whew. Silver, rising above the 1-to-1 silver, up another 37 pennies. You make a high of 42.35, and we back off a bit. But yeah, 42.35, that's a recent high for silver. You got to back things up. What? 2011. All right, you take a look at some of the movers today. NVIDIA up by 1.3% right now. You got Robinhood added to the S&P. How about that one? Up by 15%. AppLovin added to the S&P, up 11%. EchoStar selling their satellites, their bandwidths to Elon and SpaceX, up another 19%. And yeah, Elon's coming, man. I think I have it up here. Forgive me. All right, I'll pull up the article talking about Elon. Because, they're probably going to be the fourth competitor. You know, when the Sprint T-Mobile deal got done, they had to divest, sell some of the bandwidth. They sold it to EchoStar. They were going to be a fourth player in the market. They weren't using the bandwidth. There was pressure. All right, what else do we got going on? So, tomorrow, get ready for the markdown, baby. Yeah, you're going to get the revisions on Tuesday to show the March. Yeah, it was almost 800,000 less than currently estimated. And here have been the prior yearly revisions. 818,000 was the number last time. 306, 2022 you have to go back to, but boy, you talk about a bias to the downside. Once a year, The BLS benchmarks the March payrolls level to a more accurate but less timely data source called the Quarterly Census of Employment and Wages, and this comes out tomorrow. And yeah, they're looking at maybe 800,000, maybe 1 million jobs. You're talking about 65,000 jobs a month going to get taken out of the numbers that we have in there. All right, we talk a little bit of Amazon. So yeah, they're coming after your free shipping. I don't think this is going to be akin to coming after Netflix sharing their passwords, but nonetheless, yeah, it'll matter. And they're curbing sharing free shipping and set to hit millions. People who are invited by friends or family to share, they're going to be cut off at the end of this month. That's it. You're on your own. See how many of those people you can get to sign up. I don't know. So look at, they're going to offer, right? Former invitees, $14.99 a year before the standard monthly fee of $14.99 kicks in. And then let's talk a little bit of oil. So OPEC, they're going to boost the oil output further despite the supply glut concerns. They're not that worried. Production increase comes as OPEC and its allies seek to boost market share. So yeah, they're going to boost it by 137,000 barrels a day in October, beginning to roll back some of the voluntary cuts that they previously put in place. So they pump about half of the world's oil. And yeah, they've been curtailing for years to support those prices. Remember when we were at negative oil at one point? Jump over that crude contract. Let's take a look. $60 has been the floor to a certain degree. That's where we were from March all the way until about June. And boy, you had some nice strength at 55, right? The way you bounced off that floor on a weekly basis. Jeez, look at this selling, right? Look at this selling we got when we're above 75. Selling acceleration in the beginning of August. You get a slight bounce. Crude, struggling to find a bid. S&P's rolling over a bit right now. We're positive by 4. And stay tuned, folks. I see our man Steve Rhodes. He's in there. He's getting ready. We're coming back with Steve. We're going to talk some markets. Don't go away.